when I'm not pleading with my subscribers to go spam the greatest YouTube account ever in hopes that someday he will collaborate with me. I love you, Reviewbrah. I like to answer questions that I get on YouTube, so let's get to it. We all know guitar is the world's coolest instrument. What do you think is the second coolest? So let's work backward with the least coolest instrument ever, and that would be a cajon. There's absolutely no way to look cool and play cajon at the same time, which is why I don't have one. But after that, I'm always down with the Peruvian bird flute, as you guys have seen in the past. And of course, all the OG Instagram followers know me from my incredible guitar covers. But I'm gonna have to go with piano. I think piano is kind of the ultimate as far as like what you are able to do creatively. Just that you can kind of like keep a rhythm with one hand, melodize with your right hand, and just kind of like keep rocking there. Plus it has all sorts of, you know, side uses, like if you want to play like a synth or like a Moog sub-fatty or something like that. So I'm gonna go with piano as the second coolest instrument, only because I'm kind of taking all guitars and lumping them into the first coolest instrument, bass guitar included, because again, bass is my absolute favorite one to play live in a band setting, just because you can just kind of, you know, just do your thing, make your bass face and rock it out. So guitar first, piano / guitar second, Peruvian bird flute third, cajon last, ukulele second to last. You are not as funny as you think, or smart, or handsome, but you are way more douchey than you could ever imagine. I really could not have asked for a better segue into the launching of the merch store, where you too can get this Salty Blues Roadhouse Sean Daniel commemorative shirt, or maybe a Los Jefes Riffes commemorative guitar pedal shirt would help, or maybe even an awesome Boss Bakes apron / mug / baby onesie could be it. So check out the merch store, which I'm going to link you to. I think I'm actually going to do a standalone video on the merch because every item in the merch store was carefully picked and chosen to fulfill a certain need in society, and I just feel like I need more time to truly explain that in a way that is deserving. But if you order within the next like 9 days, you get 15% off, which again, this is through a third-party website that I set up, so maybe I can do the 15% off thing in the future, but now we're relying on me trying to like communicate with technology, so this might be your only chance to ever get 15% off. But definitely check out the merch store and let me know what you think, and leave the Salty Blues comments coming, because now we can all kind of enjoy the salt together with our cool outfits on. But who would win if Buckethead fought Bill Frisell? Sure, Buckethead is terrifying and would probably have nunchucks, but Frisell is old and wily and has massive forearm strengths from that neck-bending vibrato thing he does. Need expert opinion. The main reason I started this channel was to give us all a forum where we could properly explain who would win in a fight between a frail old man and a nightmare serial killer. So I'm gonna have to go with Buckethead on this one for obvious reasons. Love the video and the shirt. Question: who do you think are the 3 greatest rock producers? That is a fantastic question, because if you're looking for new music, definitely follow the producer, because the producer, almost even to the point of like the band, has such an effect on the sound, and especially today it seems like the job between a producer and like an engineer and a mixer is more blurred than ever. So I'm just gonna kind of say my top 3 or 4 favorite producers / mixers in whatever order. I think none of you will be surprised to know that Nigel Godrich is on that list, the Radiohead producer. I think he's fantastic. I've learned so much just from listening to him. And again, those Radiohead albums are so unique, fantastically mixed, produced flawlessly. I think Danger Mouse is probably one of the more influential recent modern producers. He did Demon Days by Gorillaz, and then like once you hear that sound, like he's worked with Black Keys, Norah Jones, U2, like tons of bands, his own stuff. Definitely check out Danger Mouse, because he's got such a signature sound that I think is like super cool. After that, I mean, you know, there's like a lot of like the mainstays like Rick Rubin and stuff like that. I think Joe Barresi is really awesome. He's worked with Tool. I think he's doing the new Tool album, Queens of the Stone Age, stuff like that. And also Rich Costi is another great mixer slash producer. And again, the difference is so negligible at this point. He's done a lot of Muse's albums. If you look at his All Music account credits, you just hear like a ton of great sounding albums, which again, that's a great way to do it. Just go to allmusic.com and check the credits of some of your favorite albums, and then just kind of hop from project to project. That's a really great way that I've personally found a lot of great music. And any producers you like, hit me up in the comment section so I can hear what you guys are listening to too. What a beautiful culmination of every great influence of rock in the last 2 decades. I heard a little bit of everything, making it completely Sean. Mad respect, your production and your mastery of all the instruments is inspiring. Lyrical Wizard 2. Favorite part, that bridge. So we're test piloting a new segment called Sean Fluffs His Ego by reading comments about his original music. So thank you very much. It definitely helps keep it going. Any fuel for that train to keep that rock train rolling is super appreciated, and hopefully we'll have some more rock coming for you soon. Hey Sean, any tips on how to not be overwhelmed by all the guitar knowledge there is on the web and therefore always doing new things but mastering none? I think the greatest tip I can give you is, why do you want to be a master? You know, I think like I'm definitely not a master of anything, and I feel like I'm pretty solid with where I'm at guitar-wise. And again, always learning new stuff. That's the cool thing about guitar. There's so many new different styles, different techniques you can always kind of add to your repertoire. So as far as like not getting overwhelmed, just kind of set your own goals. Ask yourself what you really want the end game to be, because there is no end, which that's a cool thing about it, and that also is kind of like a daunting thing about it. So really just be comfortable with where you are, and you put in the work, or maybe you know that you didn't put in the work and you got to kind of step up your practice game a little bit. But again, for most people, it's just about having a good time and just being able to, rock out some cool, easy stuff. And if you never get beyond that, just be okay with that, because again, being a master at something, I think, is a little bit overrated. I mean, me personally, I'm only a master at intro jokes and having a baking show. So if that's all that I am as a man in this world, I'm okay with that. And I suggest you try to be okay with that too. So just practice, set your own goals, be happy with where you are, give yourself credit. Don't ever compare yourself to somebody else, because, you never know how much work somebody's put in a specific thing. It's all about what you want to do, have fun playing an instrument, rock it out. All right, for listening homework, we're gonna go to the new Janelle Monáe. I have complicated thoughts on this. I don't want to get too far into it. This could turn into like an hour-long rant. I love Janelle Monáe. I think her first 2 full albums, which was part of this suite about an android in this kind of fantasy land, which we're supposed to be expecting the final installment of, and instead we got this album, which one of the main things I loved about Janelle Monáe and her whole career is that she was just like such a killer musician and was a fantastic role model for females everywhere, because she absolutely never sexualized herself in any way. She just brought the funk and brought the power every single time. So it has been kind of interesting to see her go from that to ultra-sexualizing herself and making almost an entire album about the weaponization of female sexuality, which, again, that's cool if that's what she wants to do, but I was fully expecting a robot post-apocalypse dystopian concept album. So in that regard, I was disappointed, but in another regard, I think she kind of executed making the greatest Prince album ever written. So check out this song. It's just nasty, funky, melodically, this girl is a straight up genius, and I hope you like it. And any questions or comments, hit me up in the comment section. Instagram, Twitter, the website, the blues letter, the merch store, and I will talk to you all soon. Thanks a lot.